let's take a look at some of the stocks that are on the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg's Denitsa Sakova. Denitsa, what are you looking at?
Let's start with Netflix. Obviously, that was a big move over the weekend news we had that President Trump plans to impose 100% tariff on films produced overseas. This is something very new. There is still a lot of development. Something that's not clear is if he plans to tax TV shows that are made overseas for international audiences, which is like the majority of Netflix business model. Netflix is leading the losses today. It dropped as much as 4%. The way it works is a lot of the movies are exported, but services like Netflix, Disney, Amazon, they produce shows for global audiences. So potentially, they could be impacted more by this. We also have a headline from Bloomberg on today that Netflix has $2 billion of revenue economic impact from India. So clearly, there are a lot of important international markets. But yet, the stock is up here today, 27%. So we're yet to see if this will actually be a lot of pressure for the stock going forward.
There's so many questions. Like if it's filmed overseas but edited here, does that count? Or visual effects is here? But what if you need to film something in a desert and it doesn't really work in here? Exactly. So many questions that
Netflix opening a big studio at the old Fort Monmouth
in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah?
You can't tax
Jersey. Yeah. No, you can't tax Jersey, obviously. Yeah.
That's where my dad served as a medic.
Really?
Fort Korean War.
And
met my mom, a nurse.
Army. There you go.
And produced yours truly.
Lore. And we thank them for that. All right, let's move on after Netflix down 2%. What about Tyson Foods?
Let's look at Tyson Foods. They're having a really tough day. They're down about 8%. What's happening is that protein producer reported mixed quarterly results. What we're seeing is pressure in beef margins. We're seeing some strength in chicken. I love the headline on Terminal. It says, chicken gains outweigh beef losses, which I thought was quite great. The company has been heavily relying on those elevated chicken profits. But what we're hearing from analysts is that this space is getting very competitive and the recent boom may have already run out its course. So clearly the reaction is not great despite the chicken margins. And the stock is down about 2% year to date. Of course, we have consumer concerns. I hope we have so many things playing out there. So it's an interesting stock to watch.
Tyson, I just think chicken, but I forgot they're in the beef business too. So there you go. Peabody Energy.
Peabody Energy jumped 5%, and it's coming after the company considers walking away from a deal we've talked a lot about. It's the deal about acquiring Anglo American Steelmaking Co. This comes after a fire of one of their mines in Australia. The mine has been shut since a gas ignition in March, and Peabody said that it may terminate the deal if the issue isn't resolved within the time frame. There has been a lot of back and forth on that deal, and actually the stock has reacted positive whenever there's been a delay. The company's previously said the acquisition was expected to close in mid-2025, but we're yet to see if this will actually happen.